You know, Vegas isn't for everyone. I know, just hear me out. Today I want to talk to you guys and discuss whether Las Vegas is right for you or not. And I'm going to share as many pros and cons as you can. That way you can decide for yourself if it's worth it. Not only have I lived here for 19 years, but before that I was a tourist myself. And even now I spend a lot of time on the Strip. So I've learned a few things throughout the years. Now, one of the first things I have to mention is look how horrible our traffic is. For the past few months, we've been dealing with it because of the repaving for the F1 race. And I get it. It's supposed to be good for the economy. It's going to bring more tourists. But damn, it makes me late to everything. Even before the paving, and I'm sure even after the paving, driving on the Strip is the slowest thing ever. If you can, try to take back streets such as like Koval, Dean Martin, Frank Sinatra, Industrial, because if you don't, you're probably going to be stuck for a while on the Strip. We're gonna get pizza, y'all. Can I get a cheese slice and then a ranch? So here they have one of the cheapest slices in Las Vegas. It's only $3.20 for a cheese slice. If you go on the Strip, it's minimum $6. I've seen pizza slices go all the way up to like $10. And Metro Pizza here is so good. I even think that they're pretty local. Just a question, how much is a beer?
$4.34.
Damn, $4.34 for a beer that you could get here at Metro Pizza. And it's because here in Ellis Island, they serve it specifically. It's actually really good beer, guys. For $4, even better. Thank you. Oh my God, look at that. So the options here of restaurants are honestly endless. I mean, you can get pretty much any price point that you can think of. Anything from something super cheap to paying hundreds or even thousands of dollars. And of course, there's so many celebrity chef restaurants to choose from. So of course, if you do come to Vegas, I would say definitely don't go to the chains like, you know, McDonald's or Olive Garden. I mean, you can definitely do that back home. I would certainly try to go to one of the many restaurants that are only offered here in Las Vegas. That's definitely my favorite slice in Las Vegas and definitely worth coming all the way to Ellis Island for this. Man, I still can't believe that this is $3.20. Again, comparing it to how expensive it is on the Strip. Now, of course, it's not just the food. Las Vegas is known to be a very expensive town to visit. Now, if you're not careful and you don't plan according to your budget, you can spend a lot of money. Certain hotels are really expensive. A lot of the restaurants, the bars, attractions, shows, and even down to the street vendors. I did do a tourist trap video not too long ago, so make sure you watch that. That way you don't end up being hustled and you don't end up paying a lot more than you should. Now, this is a con that I actually talked about in my visiting to New York City video, and that's talking about the amount of public restrooms, which I know a lot of other cities are like that, but here, thankfully, that is not an issue. You will find restrooms everywhere and you don't even have to be a customer. You can walk into any casino and you'll find one. So next up, we're gonna talk about fees, and we got the dreaded parking fee that is just messing with all of us, man. Pretty much every hotel has parking fees now, so that is gonna be the downside if you do bring a car. On the low end, you can pay $10 a day, and on the high end, it's about like $27 a day. And in case you didn't know, before it used to be that the first hour is free. That is no longer. You will get charged starting from hour 0. Oh dear. Oh, and then another dreaded fee is gonna be those dang resort fees. They say that these fees are gonna include access to the gym, your internet, your room calls, and a few other things as well. And those resort fees have definitely gone up in price over the years, so it does make your hotel stay more expensive than you thought it was gonna be. And unfortunately, there's nothing you can do about it. And I know what some of y'all are gonna say is, well, I complained their ear off and they took it off for me. You like my little Karen impression? First of all, is that really what you wanna do? You wanna be complaining on your vacation? The moment that you start complaining, that's when the employee is done being nice to you. And I have seen a lot of former coworkers stand their ground when it came to these resort fees. So just accept it. It's part of your room costs. Just let it be. Hat time for me. So currently right now, I would say this is like the most center area of Las Vegas. I mean, you have everything around, like all these amazing hotels. They're so close to each other, and all these hotels are so busy. So this is definitely the place to be. So thankfully, the whole Strip is only about a 4-mile stretch, so you don't have to worry about traveling too far to go see the next attraction. Even downtown Las Vegas, that's only about 2 miles away from the Strip. So of course, you are gonna be outside a lot. You're gonna be walking a lot, so definitely make sure to wear comfortable shoes. And you've probably heard me say this already, but don't wear heels if you are gonna be walking around, because because everything is a lot further than you think it is, and you're gonna get tired and your feet are gonna hurt in those heels. And you don't wanna be that person that ends up walking barefoot on these streets, because these streets are pretty dang nasty. There's glass on the floor. There's floors that you definitely don't want your feet touching either. And if you are inside of a casino barefoot, security will tell you to put your shoes back on. And because this is only a 4-mile stretch, you don't necessarily need a car. We do have so many different transportation methods, such as the bus, the monorail, free trams, Uber, and taxis. So if you are flying here, don't feel the need that you have to rent a car unless you do plan on going off the strip several times. I call this crossing the Vegas Shibuya because it's always packed right here. It doesn't look that bad right now, but at night trying to cross this crosswalk gets pretty insane. As we were walking into the conservatory to talk about the next point, I was like, I bet you they're probably changing it out to the next display. I knew it. So the reason that we were gonna come here to the conservatory is because we're gonna talk about all the free things that you can do here in Las Vegas. So you don't necessarily have to come to Vegas thinking that you're gonna spend a lot of money. There's actually a lot to do that is free. So make sure you don't sleep on those free activities. And I actually have a couple videos that talk about all the different things that you could do without spending $1. So if you do ever happen to come to Las Vegas in the middle of them reconstructing the next display, you can still kind of see what it's gonna look like. They always have like these boards right here, and it's gonna show what the new conservatory will look like. It looks beautiful. And so you can still kind of come through it over here on the side and see them construct it, get a little behind the scenes. So right now we're in the middle of September and we are still somehow in the mid-90s. It is still really hot outside. Of course, definitely there's hotter months. I mean, July is the worst, but anytime really from May into like about October, September, I would just say don't wear your finest attire. But yeah, we do hit some really high temperatures. We might get close to like almost 120 degrees. So our summers are a true sweat fest. Just letting you know so you're not surprised. Oh my God. And then if it rains, August and September are definitely the worst months. If it does rain a good amount while you're here, definitely expect some flooding on the strip because basically the way Las Vegas is formed, where it's like a soup bowl and then the strip is right at the very bottom, so we're gonna get the most flooding. The pro part of it though is that these casinos are full of AC, so as long as you stay inside, you're good. You'll probably even forget what the weather is like outside, regardless if it's hot or cold. We have to go back outside. Don't touch the doors, that's gross. This next one is a pro that I consider a very big pro, and that's drinking on the street. There's really not that many cities out there that allow the consumption of alcohol outside of the restaurant, so definitely take advantage while you're here. It just makes walking on the strip so much more fun, and you almost even forget how much you're walking. However though, there are a few rules. On the strip, drinking from a can is fine, but no glass is allowed. And then in downtown, it can only be in a plastic container, no cans or glass. In Fremont, you're technically not allowed to drink the alcohol that you bought at the convenience store down there. You would have had to buy it from one of the bars from the casino, and then you can take that out. I honestly don't even know why that's a rule. My theory is they just want you to buy from the casinos. Oh my Lord, ew. What a boss. Now something that I do like is that I feel like everybody is in a good mood. I don't know if it's because maybe they have a few of these in them. Pretty much everyone that you encounter is also on vacation as well, so there's always like a very happy energy in the air. Come on, who wouldn't want to be around that? And then same with the employees. Because it is a very big tourist destination, this is as well a hospitality city. So everyone is trained to be really nice and have really good customer service. Of course, I can't account for everyone, but every place that I worked on the trip always made it a big deal to be really nice to the guests. If you ever do come in the summer and it's just so hot, definitely come over to the Link Promenade because right here, it's like a little corridor area and you get this AC coming out from the hotels, so it's slightly cooler than the rest of the city. And I would say also that because everybody is in a good mood, people are more susceptible to be more outgoing and just start more conversations, so you never know who you're gonna end up meeting. Las Vegas is one of the top tourist destinations in the world, so if you are feeling chatty, you might make friends from almost anywhere. I've even made really good friends from just being out and about and talking to tourists. So since we are on the subject of drinking, a con I would say is that you can be around a lot of people who are under the influence. Of course, everybody is different, but sometimes people can get either really aggressive, really loud, sloppy, or just downright annoying. And some of those drunk people will get behind the wheel and they may cause an accident. Hence why I say never to jaywalk, because you never know what the state is in of the person who's driving. And it's not just drunk people who can cause the accidents. It could be someone that is in a hurry or a distracted tourist. I just don't want you to get hit, that's all. Now, of course, this place does have the nickname of Sin City, and that's because everybody is always indulging in something, whether if it's gambling, drinking, or partying, or other stuff. So if you're trying to behave and not be tempted by all of that, and if you're not strong enough to say no, then maybe this isn't the place for you, because you can get caught up in all that real quick. Now, I think that's probably one of the reasons why a lot of people will say that Vegas is not for the families. A lot of people will argue and say not to bring the kids here, and I understand why. Again, this is a very adult place and a lot of adult things are going on, so I do understand why certain parents do choose not to bring the kids here. But hey, I was brought here as a kid to vacation and I think I turned out fine. However though, on the flip side, a lot of families are gonna come here, and that's because you can make Las Vegas into any type of trip that you want. Not only can it be for a family trip, but a lot of people will come here either for their honeymoon, girls trip, boys trip, romantic getaway, a relaxing getaway, and the amount of money that you spend on your trip is totally up to you. You can spend as much or as little as you want. And everybody just sees Las Vegas as if you're coming just to gamble or to party. And you totally don't have to do that. However though, this is the best party town in my opinion. Whether if you want to go to a club, which we have so many of them, or if you just want to be out in the streets being rowdy with your friends, you're gonna have a lot of fun doing that here. Now, because it is a party city, it's also a 24-hour city. You can find food or drinks at any time of the day, and you can gamble at any hour. Something is always gonna be open and you're never gonna be bored. Now, it doesn't seem like it right now because it's just, I don't know, it's like an off time right now. But again, because it is only a 4-mile stretch, it can get pretty crowded, so there's only enough places for people to be. And we have like millions of people at a time here, especially at nighttime. That's when people come out to see all the sights and see how everything gets lit up. So you have to be okay walking around in crowds. For me as a local, I don't mind the crowds, but I do get a little irritated when people are walking either really slow or they just randomly stop right in front of you. And I'm not on vacation, so if I am on the strip, it's because I have places to go and things to do. So if you ever see me walking out and about, I'll probably be walking with a purpose. Now, because it can get very crowded, it's also gonna be very chaotic and very noisy. So don't come to Vegas thinking that you're gonna have some zen experience. But that might be a good thing. I mean, maybe that's the vacation that you want. I mean, I know that I love being in the middle of so many things going on. However though, here in Vegas, you wanna be in the crowded areas, because if it's not crowded, it's probably a sketchy area to be in. And if it was me, I probably wouldn't walk there either on my own or especially at night. So try to stay in centralized areas where there's lots of people. So regardless of how many pros and cons there are here, I would say it is worth to visit Las Vegas. You're gonna have so many things to do. The options are always endless. And even if you came to Vegas 100 times, you can have a different itinerary every time. So as always guys, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, share it with your friends, and comment below. Tell me some other pros and cons that you may think of. Thank you so much for watching guys, and see you next time. Today I want to talk to you guys and so look how floppy it is. So here it is a pro. Anywhere you go, any casino, they have so many different shit. What am I saying? Can you take a shit? There used to be restrooms right here. Okay, here I am talking about traffic and there's no traffic. She was coming straight at me. That was aggressive. And all these hotels are so busy, so you definitely want to stay around. Shut. Oh my God. Hi, how are you?
I'm from the Netherlands.
Ooh,
Netherlands.
Very nice.
Oh, yeah.
We were actually just talking about that you can meet almost anybody here on the world.
Perfect. Yeah, that's
really
it.
was.
Yeah.
Then maybe this isn't the place for you because, and I'm not on vacation, so if I am on the strip, it's because I have things to do and places to see. Okay. Okay, sorry. Okay. Cut.